Good morning, everybody. Let's try again. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Squire.
Morning, back.
It's been a while. Right. Yeah. Having said good morning, yes. Well, I'm able to smile as I want to get you through the meeting, through this agenda, and I'm assisted by the leadership team.
I'm Paul, Cycle Secretary.
This is Vince, he chairs the membership. Vincent, he chairs the membership committee, and also is the official timekeeper.
Okay, that's fine. You've got to bring my stand.
This is Scott. He's the official school thingy, secretary, and has some face live chat. Woo!
Keep going.
This is Aidan. This is Ben. What do you do? He's education coordinator.
And cost the taxman millions of pounds a year.
Yeah. This is Terry, and he's eating breakfast. Terry is
Membership secretary.
membership secretary and official beater upper of people that do wrong.
Thank you very much, Blake. Well done.
All three.
You want to say something?
Yes. Yes, I do. Right. We went out on Friday, Scaresville, which I really wasn't looking forward to, but it was amazing. It was so good. Right laugh. Helps with the gin and tonics we were drinking. But yeah, right good laugh. And yeah, I recommend it to anyone, something like that, honestly. And I hate scary things.
Was it scary?
I didn't find it scary. I thought I would, but it wasn't scary.
Oh, okay.
No, it was. Sorry. Well, that's it. Yeah. No, I had a beer. Had a few beers, so
No, that's why she's not here.
But Ben made us laugh. He was just so overly polite. Someone jumped out at him. Welcome! And he went, oh, thank you. Yeah.
He's the man to go to for social events. You don't have to be inclusive, just something that a few of you like symbols. Right. In that case, let's just get on. Getting on means let's start with the performance league.
Let's go. Yes, so I promised last week that this time we would wrap up October. Finish the month off. You will see how that works, but let me tell you, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members who have got 200 and something points, which is terrific. 2 members in third and second place who have topped 300 points. So Paul Corrigan 318, Leanne 374, and then thanks to bringing in some new members, myself 600, which is a new.
And don't forget, the bonus tickets are still available for this month for bringing masters. So if you could continue your great effort, very good month. Let's see if we can keep it going for another month, please. Right. Education presentation. Benjamin, thank you very much.
God, they've got some 600 points this morning. Well, good morning, everybody. And today you've got me today. So now we all know that running a self-employed business can sometimes be a little bit hard. They can be that little bit difficult. We've got to rely on ourselves to be successful. We've got to rely on ourselves to push ourselves forward. We've got to have that self-belief and like a can-do attitude. Now, I always say to people, if it's meant to be, it's up to me, and it helps you sort of keep going in your self-belief attitude and have this personal motivation. So, however, in the long term, that motivation does have to come from within. In the short term, you can get your motivation from others, and sometimes that can have a negative effect, depending on who you're hanging around with. There. So you can to maximise your motivation and your self-belief. So here's 5 tips that's going to help you. So number 1 is minimise your contact with negative people. We've all got these negative people that are in our lives, so minimise your contact. So some people will complain as if it's like an Olympic event there. So keep clear of them, don't hang around them. And number 2, the opposite, maximise your time, spending time with the positive people, the people that make you feel good, the people that want to push you further. Hang out with them because they're the ones that really want to be cheerleaders to see you do better. Number 3 is what you listen to. So are you going to turn your car to a university? Are you going to listen to podcasts? Are you going to read self-motivation books? Are you going to listen to things and watch videos that's going to stimulate your mind and push you to achieve more, rather than just watching, I don't know, Procrastination Street or what's the other one, Dead Enders, whatever like that, sort of having the positive influences. Number 4 is prioritise the things that you want to do and the things that you must do. So by making a list of the things that need to be done, or the things that you want to do. So, and number 5 is tackling the big things first. So you can only eat an elephant 1 bite at a time. So get the hardest task of the day done first. So then that frees up the rest of the day to tackle the little obstacles that come up. So the hardest thing you've got in the day, get that done first. Now, by doing this, self-congratulations when you do achieve those little sort of like tasks each day. Give yourself a little pat on the back there. So small wins keep us going, they keep us motivated. So in the short term, why don't you find these little short-term goals that are going to help you keep moving forward so that they can keep your motivation going stronger, that will push you to be the best versions of yourself in your personal life and your business life. For now, thank you for listening.
Let's move on. So membership matters. I'm Terry has something to yes, you are.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, 2 or 3 things. We'll get you 2 things to announce, and 1 thing you can be announced next week. Firstly, it's always really nice to welcome a new member. After much deliberation of the committee, Vincent and his members, John's application was unanimously, well, I say unanimously. Unanimously, welcome, John.
Thank you very much.
And it's your mentor, if they read this one here.
No, exactly what you're
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That was his first day.
First lesson ahead of time. You went the wrong way around, that's the problem.
Right.
Second membership matter, funny enough, the Golf Lake, as you all know, when you've been here a year and renewed, you're eligible for a lifetime mark of excellence. It's nice to have it, we've got some members who have it, some can't be bothered. But Blake's right, and I'm pleased to say his application was successful. Like you've got the mark of excellence, written for it on the website, thank you very much. And the reason Blake got it, basically, is because he's a damn good member. And it involves all sorts of things, not just being a nice bloke, he is, but doing all sorts of things, attending meetings, doing one-to-one, all of the things that make you integrate into the group and make you a part of the group. However deep your business is, you know, you just get involved and do it. So well done, Blake.
Thanks, Terry, for that. And, well said about qualifications for attending and a regular member. Right, the business card box. Let me send that round. Make sure you're adequately represented. Take the parts that you might need. I also send Blake's blue box, which will probably instrumental in getting the pass that round.
When you doing the next total?
Fill it up as it goes round. Right. The 60-second round now is upon us. Vincent can carry on his conversation by ringing the bell and telling us how the 60 seconds works. After 50 seconds, it will hear. And after 60 seconds, you will hear, when you hear that, wind up and sit down. Right. The Oscar was won by Ben. He is proudly showing towards the Oscar at the NBC second round. To enable him to do that, we let him kick off first. So Ben, you go first, and you're followed by Melissa.
So good morning, guys. Ben Golding from Utility Warehouse. Now we're just after it, but remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. Well, that's obviously because Guy Fawkes with British Gas, he couldn't afford to put build heating on because it was costing far too much money. However, if he had had a chat with me, I would have been able to make sure that he got the cheapest energy available in the UK, great fast, super fast broadband to keep in touch with all his friends in the Commons, and mobile SIMs to let everybody know that you're stuck down in the basement and couldn't get out. So this week I'm looking to speak with people that are getting to the point where they want to blow their house up just to keep warm. Because I can show them a way how not to be a Guy Fawkes, but to save money with the UK's cheapest, most trusted and most recommended utility company. Because I have the skills to reduce your bills. That's Ben Golding, Utility Warehouse.
Thank you, Ben. Next is Melissa, and she's followed by Matt.
Good morning, everybody. Melissa Jackson, Kemo Francis, licensed insolvency practitioner. So I assist companies and individuals in financial distress. So today I want to share some insights into the benefits of individual voluntary arrangements. Rather than blowing up your house, maybe you want to actually keep it. An IVA can be a way to retain the property rather than go through bankruptcy. Bankruptcy can seem that it's a quick fix for financial woes, but it comes with significant downsides. For starters, one of the most troubling aspects is the potential loss of your home. In many cases, bankruptcy trustees can sell your property to repay your creditors, which can leave you homeless. Additionally, bankruptcy can severely impact your credit score, make it difficult to secure loans, mortgages, and rental agreements for years to come. An IVA is a way to retain your home, but you need to have proper advice for the best way forward. If you know anybody who's in financial distress, please send them my way. That's Melissa Jackson.
Thanks, Melissa. Matt, you're next, and you're followed by Ray.
Good morning, everyone. Matt from Boots. So you've aptly used all of the skills of EBF's members. You've got an amazing brand. You've got an awesome, slick website. The photography and the videography on there is amazing and really sort of telling the story. And you've got amazing printed material. But what do you do with it? You're like, marketing's a bit of a minefield. You can't really see the wood for the trees. And you're really struggling to understand how to get to your target market, to get to your audience. We can help you at Boot Serif. We can cut down those unwanted trees. We can give you a clear path and make you understand in simple ways of how the different marketing aspects that your business needs, and we can put in a plan into place and work with you to help build on that. So if you need some more marketing advice to join up those dots, then please do get in touch with me. Thanks very much. It's Matt Barrett, Boot Serif.
Thanks, Matt. James, you're next. C.
Morning all, James from Brentwood, General Insurance Brokers. General Insurance Brokers, but we'll have a crack at everything. I've mentioned before about my little niche in contractors, so your scaffolders, your builders, your cladding contractors. None of them like reading their insurance paperwork. And tomorrow, because one of my clients doesn't really like reading his own paperwork, I am popping to Burnley. It's only a 12-hour round trip, so that'll be lovely. But he doesn't really have the confidence to understand the policy wording and everything that I've asked him on an email. So he's asked me if I can pop in. He asked me where I was. I said Essex. He went, oh, it's a long way. Yeah, it's a long way. But that's my day tomorrow. So I'll be in the car for 12 hours. I'll be in a meeting for about 45 minutes, as you can imagine. But he pays us a significant amount of money every year, and I want to get it right because it'll only come back. bite me on the backside if we don't. So the tagline, getting it right so I can sleep soundly at night because I'm knackered from driving for 2 hours. James Brown, General Insurance.
And to quote a certain poet, I'll see it now, and I'll say it clearly, I will never lose Burnley. But you will. Excellent. And next up is Paul, and you're followed by
Good morning all, Paul from Solitaire Plumbing and Heating. Talking about gunpowder. A few weeks ago I went and done a survey in North London for Holland and Holland. I don't know if you know, if you're gun people at all, but they, I think they're one of the biggest brands. Like they start off like £180,000 for one gun distributor. But they done this tour and like they literally etch everything by hand. It's incredible. But yeah, various different things we looked at. So I loved the survey, I loved doing the quote, and now we've been awarded the job yesterday, which is great news, but it's quite scary as well. On the way back, I got a speeding ticket, which wasn't the best, but yeah. So basically, we're perfect for the smaller customers, we are, but we're perfect for the bigger customers because we are big enough to trust and small enough to care. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Toby. You're next, and you're followed by Shannon.
So in 6 years in EBF, I've never done a poem. So here we go. I know Guy Fawkes tonight has already flown by, but here's a poem, I'll give it a try. A couple of days late, but worth the wait, to light up your business and celebrate. Here's a bonfire night tale with a firework twist for business owners seeking that bang that they've missed. If your ideas fizzle or your profits are low, I'm the mentor to help you develop and grow. Like rockets that soar with a burst and a pop, I'll help lift your business straight to the top. With motivational maps and NLP flair, I'm here to launch you right into the air. When your cash flow's a sparkler, fading too fast, my advice, if you take it, will make it a blast. I'll help you blaze bright, avoiding a damp squib, and turn small sparks into something big. So if you're ready for your business to thrive with fireworks of success, being fully alive, don't let your dreams just fizzle and fade. Let's light up the night with the gains that you've made. Go get to the conclusion.
Tina, welcome. Yay! Have a seat down here. Right, Shannon, you're clear to go.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I don't have a poem for you, but I just wanted to share. I'm not sure, Scott, if you told everyone, but Clara sends her apologies that she's not been here, but she lost someone very close to her. So she's finding kind of social events a little bit challenging. But we do want to reassure you that the business is still operating as usual. We aren't actually quite busy. So if you do have any referrals, please still send them our way. But yeah, that's kind of why she hasn't been here. But she plans to be here next week. So thank you, everyone. Shannon from Downton Mortgages.
Well, that's good news. Thanks, Shannon. Right, Chris, you're next. You're followed by Mike.
Morning everybody, Chris from Travelosophers. Offer this week, let's think about that then. Dubai. Anybody been to Dubai at all? Okay, it's lovely, it's really trending at the moment, it is really trending as the place to be. So we've got offers coming through like this all the time. 9 nights in August on the 5th, it's hot, about 42 degrees in Dubai in August. But if you're prepared to put up with that, you're not a beach person, you like to wander around, it's quite nice. Staying in a 5-star Marriott Resort, beachfront, so you've got your own private beach. Return flights from Heathrow, direct to Dubai with Emirates. Staying in a Palm Deluxe 2 double queen half-board overlooking the sea and the beach. This is in August and the price is coming in at £1,052 per person, which is quite amazing. It's just something. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. Mike, you're followed by John.
Morning everyone, Mike from Blackwood Media, providing professional video and photography for all your business needs. I'd like to get a little bit of audience participation today. Everyone loves that, doesn't it? It's still quite simple. It's just a little bit of market research actually, close to what Matt was talking about. And it's dead simple. It's not sales pitch for video. I just want to learn a little bit. I'd like you to shout out anything that you can think of off the top of your head that might put you off as a business, getting a media company. Any concerns you might have about
Beers.
It's, anything that's sort of comes to your mind, you think, I'll do it, but you're not so sure about it. You're introverted.
Nobody wants to see this.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. What?
Nobody wants to see this on a video.
My face. My face, okay.
Being too shy.
Been too
Oh
shy.
yeah, Ben.
So shy and introverted we got from James and Ben. Cost, yeah. And on the flip side, I'd love you to think of anything that you think you might benefit from as a business from getting professional media on a website. Makes you look. Looks good. Clients. Sets you apart. Content.
Yeah.
Susie, thank you very much. Yeah, that was it.
Wicked marketing.
No, it's awful. Not sexy part.
Good morning, everybody. John Foster from Rockford, Stortford, covering East Herts and Essex. I've spent the last couple of weeks actually using social media a little bit more. I've kind of neglected that part of my business. I'm not a big fan of social media, and I find it quite daunting. So I've actually been using ChatGPT to help me actually with my content. I found that mine was quite boring and it wasn't particularly eye-catching. So the system put in some emojis and made it a little bit more interesting to look at. And actually, I had my first inquiry on Next Door Neighbour app, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah.
So that was like a massive thing for me actually. I've also been dealing with landlords the last few weeks for commercial and for private. And I was actually surprised that the private landlord didn't know the law because she was trying to kick somebody out without actually going through the proper process. So I had to inform them not to do that. And yeah, it's great. Thank you, John Foster. Look, thank you.
Good, John. Catherine, you're next, and you're followed by Andy.
Oh, sorry. Trumpet. Catherine Bowling, English Tutor Plus. I was going to tell you about the sixth form wobble very quickly. As head of sixth form and a sixth form tutor for a long time, the sixth form wobble was something that all students generally had at some point during sixth form when they become completely overwhelmed by the amount of content they've got to cover, revision, coursework, planning driving tests, juggling part-time jobs, applying for UCAS. There's a hell of a lot to deal with, in fact more than most of us deal with on a day-to-day basis. And they just have a complete crisis of confidence. So tuition can help that because it's positive action that they can take to help them manage their time, organise, prioritise, get them back on track. So if you know any sixth form students who may be wobbling presently or in the process of wobbling later on, let me know. Leave English Tutor Plus, I can help. Thank you. I did get G, that was great.
Thanks, Catherine. Andy, you're followed by.
Andy from Flow Water Hygiene, mostly serving the northwest and southwest at the moment with jobs coming in left, right and centre, but nowhere near my house. Paul sent me an inquiry yesterday, and I got on the phone to the guy, and he said, I need lead testing, which most people come to me. I said, well, what do you need? Do you need a risk assessment? I've been told that I need to sample my shower every year, which is incorrect. So I spent sort of 10 minutes on the phone with him, just advising him what the legislation was, what needs to happen, what he needs to do, and then we sent the quote out just to do a risk assessment and give him what he needs to do. So he's gone from spending the same amount of money doing a sample on a shower that he didn't need to do, to the same money actually doing what he actually requires. So if you know anyone that's a bit stuck with Legionella or wants Legionella testing, get in touch and I can advise on actually what they require. And even Flow Water Hygiene.
Thanks, Andy. Stuart, you're followed by Benjamin.
Good morning, everybody. Stuart from LG Networks. I'm looking for businesses, particularly restaurants, bars, cafes, nightclubs, places like that, that would like free Wi-Fi, that would like free internet services. It's not technically free, but it will pay for itself. If you can provide your clientele that you want to dwell in a particular place for a long time with free, good quality Wi-Fi, your customers will stay in that location longer. If you're not sure, ask Starbucks. Yeah, that built their business model by giving people a comfortable place to stay, yeah, and giving them free Wi-Fi. People will work people will stay, people will dwell longer, they dwell longer, they spend more. That will pay for your internet, that will pay for your Wi-Fi. So I'm looking for restaurants, bars, cafes, shops, particularly places that want to improve their social media presence. Yeah, if they want to improve their social media, you give them those tools, they will do that marketing for you. They will hashtag your restaurant, your bar, your club, and they will promote your product for you on their social media. Okay, so any of those businesses, please, Stuart at LG Networks. Thank you.
Now, Stuart, Vincent, you're followed by Blake.
We're all Vincent from Speakprint, based in Gansfield Village. I'll talk to you for about the meeting we've been doing with Howard's brother-in-law, Michael Direct. So we've done these beautiful brochures for him. These sumptuous balls. Fancy one of them in the back garden? It's got a square spine. Square spine. Try saying that, everyone. Square spine. And also with a beautiful gloss laminated cover. We also printed some presentation folders for it as well. Again, gloss laminate really makes it look rather shiny, if you like. This has got glued flap, but we also do interlock flaps. Sorry, I have to say it. So if you've got a product or service, you want to put into a brochure or into a presentation folder, that's the place to come. If that's Speakprint, you think it.
Thank you very much indeed. Blake, from one active person to another. We've got three today, by the way. Okay.
It's the first time I've ever seen Blake's.
Yeah.
Go forward.
Royal date and one.
Right.
Morning. Dave from Hammond.
Comments are important.
Anyway, it's all about Christmas.
Okay.
Christmas is on the way. If you want hoodies, gifts to family, friends, kids. We have got a selection of kids clothing, kids toys going on the website. So it'll be like RC tanks, little Lego block tanks, cars, guns, everything like that. So looking for stuff for
It's one of the kids.
adults. They want to play a Lego tank. You've got to build it yourself though, so it's pretty fun. But yeah, let me know. Like, alright.
Not had a break. Thank you.
It did sound like a Russian arms dealer then.
Kids. For kids.
Yeah. Right. Jane, would you like to give us 60 seconds? And you will be followed by Terry.
She's not listening, she's in a naughty corner.
Stop.
Hello everybody, Auntie Jane from the Naughty Corner today. Can I tempt you with some deliciousness? We have our last festive afternoon tea at the Secret Sconery, which is in White Roding, and it's on November the 24th, Sunday. And we haven't got many tables left, I'm sorry to tell you. In fact, we have one left. But because it's festive, it includes deliciousness like turkey and cranberry mayonnaise sandwiches or warm sausages with honey and mustard dill. There's a whole menu, smoked mackerel pate with crackers, lots of sandwiches, meringue snowmen, you get the drift. Of course, scones and scone nuts, which are deep fried scone mixture. Please can I tempt you to think about that. One table left, depending on the size of the table, the price varies, but roughly £40-ish a head, but that does include some bubbles. So the festive afternoon tea with Auntie Jane, 24th of November, not this Sunday, not that Sunday, the one after. I thank you.
Terry, you're next, and followed by Scott.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Terry Mailing from TM Law. I've had quite a few clients phoning lately about their concerns about the coming changes in the residential housing market. And they wanted advice, etc. But surprisingly, 2 or 3 of them have phoned solicitors and said, oh, sorry, I can't advise you, it's all changing. So I said, I can happily advise you, I can tell you what the law is now, how we can deal with it now, and what the changes are likely to be when they're coming, but that's down the road. So if you want advice on how to deal with it now, come and see me and we'll deal with it. quite surprising really that there have been solicitors are actually turning work away. I won't turn work away. If you know anyone who's got any residential housing issues and are concerned about the upcoming changes, you know my details, give them my details, I'll be delighted to talk to them. And then I might refer to our friend of John. Terry Mason, CM Law.
Thank you very much, Terry. Scott, you're followed by John Hammond.
Good morning, folks. I thought I'd talk to you this morning, show you a little graph. Having websites is wonderful. You launch the website, does not mean that your content is in Google. So an illustration here, launched the site a month or so ago, but it was launched, it was public to the world, but it wasn't included in Google searches. If you don't tell Google, hey, come and take a look at my content, please, your website will be here. Nothing indexed, nothing discovered. If we tell Google, it will come out and it will start to discover pages, just to be aware that that content exists. Once it's started to discover, it starts to then look and analyse your content, and it will make a choice. I might include some of these pages or some of those pages, and ultimately you get to a point where it's visited your site, analysed your content, and decided it wants all of your content in the index. It's a really important part that is very often missed, just to tell Google, hey, come here, check this stuff out, we want to include this content, please, in the index. If you're not doing that, you'll be down there somewhere.
Thank you very much, John. John Hammond is followed by me, who is followed by Paul.
Good morning, everybody. I'm John Hammond from JMH Technology. What are we doing at that? Well, we're installing speed gates. We're not installing speed gates. We're actually putting access control into speed gates for a big financial company. Someone else can install the speed gates, and at the moment, it's not going very well. Outside works fine. Speed gate people, absolutely. What are we good at? Well, we sit with the client, actually tell the contractors that they're idiots. Any client doesn't have to get involved, we will all be involved. So, things are being resolved now. The idiots are putting their things right, and hopefully the client will be satisfied with the project at the end of it. That's me, John Hammond from JMH.
Thank you very much, John. Nathan Squire from TM4. This week I've been preparing with my colleague David Game an assets purchase agreement for a client who's purchasing one main asset of the company, that's its clients. They're not purchasing the company or its shares, so they're ahead of the game. They're buying the assets. There's lots of problems with buying a company, but we do them anyway. You don't get the warts and all, and the contract we prepared was about 30 pages yesterday, purchasing only about 70, so it's less legal costs. If you could look out for me for company sales, either of their assets or of their shares, this is a good referral for me. A good quality work and it's good quality fees. So if I'm very pleased. That's Aidan Squire from TM Law. Paul, you're next, and then finally Tina.
Morning, Paul Booth from Booth & Co. Chartered Certified Accountant based in Brentwood. One area we do a lot of is acting for consultants. Typically, they might trade through a limited company, and it tends to be project related. So, a limited company client we saw yesterday, he was involved in consulting with a national newspaper, or a local national newspaper, and they cut their production to once a week instead of daily, saving the company a lot of money. We also act for a ex-editor of a national paper, so we've got lots of clients in the media and advertising area. So today I'm looking for clients who need an accountant who are in the advertising and media industry. That's Paul Booth from Booth & Co. Minimise tax, maximise wealth.
Thank you very much, Paul. Tina.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Tina. My company's called Liberty Executive Services of a secretarial admin service. I'm based now in Western Supermare, but I can cover nationwide. And as Blake said, it's coming up Christmas time. So if you know anybody that is stressing out because they haven't organised their staff event, Christmas party, or they want to sort out hampers and that for their clients, because then I can help and Jane can come on board then and we can sort out all the campus. So if you know anybody that needs any assistance, that's me, Team of Liberty Executive Services, who's hard to sleep. Not people go back to sleep. Yeah, 95, I'm finished.
Very coherent. Right, that's the end of the 62nd round, so Ben, take it away.
Tough one today. Especially a team of well done for being away. Driven all the way from Western-super-Mare. Mike really liked your questions and answers for everybody. Well, that worked pretty well, being not getting there.
It's like it's walking on.
Blake, I'm just like every week, to be fair, no matter what you say, even though you are trying to sell guns to kids. Not the best. James, obviously, couldn't mention that, but it's a bit too early for that as well. So it's going to have to go for doing his first poem ever.
Yeah.
Thinking of something that
Right, we move on from the 62nd round to the meeting secretary.
I counted 6 of these on this book today, I think. 6. No, that's the point. Not everybody has one of these little beauties. If you haven't got one, if you've never been given one, please let Paul know. Just need to double check the name you want on it and the business name or the business description you want on it, the exact wording. Then we can get an order in. If you've got one, you had one and you lost it, or you want a second one, whatever, then also talk to Paul. We'll get a batch order in ASAP. That's all I've got to say on that.
Now that I've found mine after 3 years, can we get a point for wearing it?
Well, what I'd like to do is get to a point where I can give you points.
Sounds great.
Or just do negative points. I can't do that until everyone's got a chance to at least know. There we go. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Right. We move toward. It's that changing rules.
Bad influence.
We move toward the presentations.
Good. Thank you very much. Well, before I introduce that today's speaker, just to give you upcoming speakers for the next few weeks. Now, there has been a bit of a slight change around. So next week, Vincent is giving the education slot, and Jane will be providing the delicious 10 minutes for us there as well. The 21st, Neil will be doing the education slot, and Catherine will be doing the first 10 minutes. On to the 28th, I'll be doing the education slot, and Leanne will be doing the 10 minutes. And finally, the 5th of December, getting towards Christmas now, Toby will be doing the education slot, and the 10 minutes will be provided by Nick. When it is your turn to do 10 minutes, please go to the EBF website and download the bio sheets and get it to me a day or two before your meeting. And if you can't find it, let me know. I'll help you where to find it with anybody new. Remember, it's about 8 minutes for your presentation to allow 2 minutes for any questions. Please bring a speaker's prize with you as well to award at the end. If you can't do a 10 minutes or 10 minute slot, please let me know as soon as possible so we can do our best to try and swap things around and accommodate you. So that said, today's speaker we have Mr. John Hammond today from JMH Technology UK Limited, of which native business is electrical, fire and security installers. John is the owner of the company, but they're based in Harlow. Preferred area coverage is anywhere outside of the A406. However, he does love Amsterdam, so any referrals to get him over there. So a couple of bits about John. So a frightening incident, apart from scares them, last week was actually probably slightly worse, being held at gunpoint in a Nigerian high commission with Blake. They're using guns, so it's like, it starts to get a little bit worried.
So we
Not highway. So, an unusual instance in my life, there seems to be a bit of a passion. I think it was like Mr. Fudge, due to explosive residue on his hands, he did get put up in a 5-star hotel. So, favourite holiday location and why is Centre Parks for the whole family because there's something for everybody. And finally, a sentence on John's headstone is going to read, I take it that cable was live. That said, please put your hands together to John Hammond.
So, thank you, Ben. As you said, I'm John Hammond from JMH Technologies. As you know by now, we install all types of security systems. So, what is my background? Well, at the age of 16, I left school and managed to get an apprenticeship in electronics. This allowed me to actually work on all the MOD sites around the country, whether it was an RAF base or an Army base, or the Army barracks where Max used to work. Wasn't there when Max was there, but we were there in between times, wasn't Yeah. We installed all types of systems, whether it's a fire alarm, whether it's the intruder alarm, whether it's explosive atmosphere alarms, certain locations. That gave me a world of experience. The knowledge I got from those people was phenomenal. Just because of the sites we were working on, you had to know everything, you had to take all the drawings and components with you. You couldn't just change boards. So that gave me a great insight into what was going on. And by the age of 20, I had my own team. We were installing fire alarms at Brentwood Hospital, Wrexham Hospital, and a lot of very high secure MOD sites. But that came with having to have full security clearance and everything like that. So before I got married, my wife had to go for an 8-hour interview with the men in black, so I could actually keep my security clearance. Luckily for me, she's still married. She still doesn't know what she's work half the time, but she's still married. 2 lovely sons, they you've already met, and some of you have met Luke as well at some of the events. So, in 2001, I set up JMH Technology. Why did I do that? Because I thought security companies were ripping people off and not doing the job right. And it really bugs me when it's not done right. In 2007, we changed to a limited company because no one knew what an LLP was. So, just for getting insurance and getting documents through the contractors, we had to change to a limited company. I've been in the industry now for a very long time, hence the grey hair. And as the saying goes, we've seen it, done it, got the t-shirt. But that doesn't mean we know every day is a school day. Technology is moving on so rapidly in the industry. When I first started, access control was via mag swipes. And that's why they're called swipe cards, because you have to swipe them through the machine. Every door, you have to load all the cards you manually with a handheld program. So you get 500 staff on site, you go to the door and swipe each card and then load it in the program. No computers back in days. There wasn't any. You know, didn't get a laptop till probably 2023. No, sorry, 2003, something like that. So it was all done manually. Technology has moved on so fast now. You've got cameras in pens, you've got fingerprint readers, you've got facial recognition, and all of that. But it's not about the technology, it's how it's implemented. And this is where we come in. Consultants and clients get confused with what they require. For instance, you take CCTV. We could put a tilt zoom camera and it could cover the whole car park. Brilliant. But who's watching it? Who's moving? For instance, you get someone walking on a car park, you've got to follow them with the camera. So, there are alternatives. You may say, okay, can't you get an auto-tracking camera with technology nowadays? Yeah, you can. Put a mounted camera on the corner of that building with an auto-tracking function. And you get Blake walking towards Terry's car and it can move and follow him. Scott comes along and breaks into Paul's car next to the chocolate. everyone saw lanes, no one saw Scotland. So you put static cameras in, and then you back it up with a Is that how you implement technology? Is where we come in. The old cameras used to be huge, and the imagery get burnt on the screen, a bit like the old Atari game with the tennis bats going up and down. You used to have it burnt on the TV screen. That's what we used to have on the old cameras. Nowadays, you've got such minute cameras. That doesn't happen, and they can see down to extremely low light. So it's always changing. Access controllers come on dramatically over the years. You've got proximity cards now that you can just touch on the readers. That way you don't have to swipe through. With swipe card readers, as they used to wear that, big red swipe forward. You can have keypads on the readers. All of it is possible, but it depends on what you need for what you want to do. Right? There's no point having facial recognition with the system shouting, look at the camera, and they saying, I am looking at the effing camera, because it's always on straight. You've got to have the advice.
No under the bus.
So you've got to pick the right system for the right application. We wouldn't put that everywhere, business and clientele. So we work on layers. Not like I can bit of a shit, but layers of security. You make it harder and harder to get in the building. So on the outside, we might just put a proximity reader. Tap the guard, you go in. That's something you have. On the inside, on the more secure building, we put a card reader with a pin code. You can tap your card with a pin. That's something you have, and something you get. And if you want the data route, you put a fingerprint reader. And now you've got tap your card, put your pin in, it pulls your template to the reader for your fingerprint, and you put your finger on. That's something you have, something you know, something you are. And that's how we work. But it's not like a film. You can't just click off the fingers. The fingerprint readers we use, in the finger you've got a vein tree. And that needs blood flowing. So it reads the fingerprint, but also reads the vein tree. So cutting it off doesn't work. The same with iris scan. You've seen it on the films where they do that. It doesn't work. Because again, you've got to have the veins in the back of the eye. And yes, we do put iris scans in very secure locations. Not very often because they're incredibly expensive and people don't like using them. So if you go to some of the MOD sites, they will have them in there for their secure areas. But it takes time. Fingerprint readers take time to use. Iris scans take even longer time to use. It's all about what you need to protect it. And you put layers in to slow people down getting to the sensitive site that you're trying to protect. It's not right for every location. So that's what we do. We advise the client. If you take the job we did in Reading for a big software company who had an MOD contract, the consultant wanted 130 cameras covering the whole place. And in their control room, they had 130 screens. And it looked fantastic. Security guards are sat there watching the screens. Their only job they've got to do is if there's an intrusion, activate the alarm and alert everybody. 30 minutes, they can't see anything. They can't see anyone going on. We did an intrusion test, and at night, set someone going, see how long it took the security guards to react. They reacted when he tapped them on the shoulder. So the consultant comes along and says, cameras are fit for purpose, we're not paying. We think the cameras are doing exactly what they're paid. So what we did, we went to the client and said, look, we can reprogram the system and do it. And the client says, not sure about that. So we said, okay, we will reprogram the system and we won't charge you if it doesn't work. So we reprogram the system, did the test again at night. Security guards are now watching football and reading a book. What we do, none of the screens showed anything, no, completely black, until there was motion. And the moment there was motion, the picture started. It took less than 3 minutes for the guys to react to the screen and notice what position the people were in, and they alerted. We got paid. Was the consultant happy? Well, he was a bit nicked off. Did we get any more work from that consultant? That might be, we got 2 more projects from him, because now he trusted us. And that's what we're good at. We're good at putting what the client needs first and sorting it out. And the same with these speed gates we're doing. no problem telling the contractors they're leaving. I've got no problem going straight to them saying, look, you lied about what you were providing us and proving that they're wrong. If they don't like it, then I'm like, the problem is the client's now getting what they need, and we'll get more work on back of that. The contractor will have to decide. If he wants more work from that client, he will take it. If he doesn't, well, that's fine. So that's me, John Hammond from JMH. Any questions?
What's the speed gate?
Oh, sorry, speed gate. Unlike turnstiles, where you rotate, the speed gate is normally open. You walk up to it, it closes. Sometimes they're closed and you just have it like and they just fly over.
Like the tube stations and things.
Like the tube stations, but react a lot quicker. A lot more security features. The one we're doing at the moment is meant to have no jump over. It's meant to have no crawl underneath. It's meant to be so you can't walk along where the code and open the beds. And that's all the things.
With your skills and knowledge, could we plan a bank robbery?
If he's put the security involved in school, I would struggle getting in because, as Tina will know about the size, we have 2-man rules and video verification. So they have to verify it from another part of the country to allow you into the vault. So you badge your badge, they see you on the camera, and they have to badge their badge to allow you.
So that's not the bank that you've installed the security.
Blake will bring the guns with the kids.
When you get the iris scan and fingerprints, do you have to have access to fresh cadavers to check to make sure that it doesn't work? Or do you just take the old
We
one?
can actually see the templates.
Similar vein. Pun. Yeah. You said the ones that you use the vein tree.
Yeah.
What about like ones on our phone? These are vein trees.
A lot of laptops are rubbish. Yeah. There's a lot of cheap imitations out there, and you've got it is by the workshop. So you see them on the films, they put these encoders on readers and scan the number trying to get in.
It's what I found an issue with. You used to be able to use sellotape.
Yeah.
Sellotape on your phone, put it over the fingerprint reader on your iPhone, and you used to.
Do you not watch any of the James Bond or Mission Impossible films?
Some of it's true, like having facial recognition on the phone. Snap the phone, put it to the person facing them off. Now you've got time to unlock it and do what you like. Don't use facial recognition. Yeah. Because now you've got all bank details over. Because you've got into the unlock screen, you can change all the security settings and you get into the bank. And all I've done is snap your phone, put your face.
So you can't do those Mission Impossible faces then.
Now again, facial recognition, it would fall back, but 2 eyes not looking in the right direction.
That's a good part of the same thing. It's like I saw a car ignition the other day. Rather than having a key, you put your thumbprint on it, so to start a car and have a user's key. And I thought that'd be a nightmare because half the time my phone doesn't let me in. So our good fingerprint one is a lot better than the phone ones.
I can't use my right hand because of all the cuts and scratches on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's
in
what
the
that-
instructions,
yeah.
there's your right finger, we have those out left hand.
Right.
There's lots less marks on that finger. That one's got really very little fingerprints.
But the high-end fingerprint readers are better than like the phone ones and stuff.
Number plate recognition. Can you get a spray that hides the number? So it appears
Paul was asking
you
for it.
Asking for a friend.
Certain cameras. The biggest thing with number plate recognition, especially with on barriers, is people put black screws on their number plate to convert a C to an E. So we have to put that number plate into us.
Somebody's got done recently for gluing leaves to their number plates.
Any more? Or any more? No. John, thank you very much. John, can I ask you a question? The flashing lights, tell us more about it.
I just thought it would be something to set off there. You can have that one.
Missed it.
Just to see who's epileptic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, in our office, that's what we said. Just like the people breaking in, we have flashing lights all over the place. A lot quicker and a lot more random than that, and the noise as well. If you break in, you won't stay.
What about bear traps?
Excellent.
So we don't they're not allowed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right. Let's move on. We move on to the referrals and testimonials round. As usual, we start with Paul. John, if you could do the running, please.
Yeah, well done, Ben. Thank you for that. John, excellent as usual. Welcome, John. Thanks for joining. Thank you for the monies for Sarah Steele, next member, just over 1,000. Sounds good meeting.
Really good meeting. Loved that. Marvellous. Definitely a contender for the talk of the year. This is for Aidan, and it's about changing executorship and powers of attorney and all of that. Thank you very much. This is for Krista Lafrida, who's trying to find us hotels for Boston and Massachusetts. And thank you to our Ben for setting us off with great thought, of course. Thank you.
Several projects together. Don't know how far as you are. This is a thank you here. This is to a former member, so nothing to hand over. That's for a job that we completed this week in Hammond, which is a wireless network bridge, which is very exciting. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys.
Great. 10 minutes. I love hearing about your stories. You know, it's a world into tech and IT and CCTV and all that. Excellent, Ed Slot, thank you. And just another thank you really to Mike. He's done 2 photo shoots for us this week. One for a client in Suffolk, and the photos look fantastic. Looking through those last night, look really, really amazing. Like product placement stuff, really, really cool. And then, you know, he's often said don't work with, you know, children, animals, or creative agencies, but he did. And Cameron did a photo shoot for us on Monday, and it was brilliant. You know, so Mike, honestly, I don't think I've worked with loads and loads of photographers, but you're just brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You made technology interesting, which is always a challenge for me. And I'm now going to review my TV habits, because I'm not sure that watching Rivals is particularly benefiting my business.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Is that motivational? Yeah. And it's just thank you for the money for that again. So I think his daughter's personal status is finished now, so I have no more business for the rest of the year. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Ben, as always, and great 10 minutes, John. I have a referral from James. There's lots of different insurances we need to talk about. A synergy with the 12 of us the other day. I'll leave that here. Andy O'Neill, you spoke about earlier on. Hopefully that works out. A bit more local as well. And the one-to-one for James. Talked about lots of insurance. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for the meeting. Thanks, Ben. And yeah, I was worried we weren't going to get any severed body parts for the car, so glad they came out. The one-to-one with Paul, he says we're trying insurance. He was thinking about me in the shower. That's what he was doing. I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago at Terry. It's nice and showing our, but making it official. So it's a testimonial. A guy is being sued. He's got no grounds, as far as we know. Our bingo raver, and he spoke to several people to try and get representation. They all told him to clear off for one reason or another. So I know someone who might be able to help, and he spoke glowingly about him. So yeah, thank you very much. That's done me a massive favour, and that's just a referral to Paul, so he can think about me in the shower. See you next week.
Those photos, please.
Don't need a referral for that.
Thank you for the 10 minutes. I have questions about the Nigeria instance, so I'll be wanting you to about that. Have you got any recommendations for podcasts? Motivational?
Got loads actually as well.
Okay, let's speak to you about that as well.
Yeah.
So I've heard that listening to podcasts is very good. So
Can I jump in and say maybe do it thread on WhatsApp or something? Because I'll be quite interested.
Sure.
If you want to around.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for letting me join the group.
John, very informative as usual. This is a thank you for the money to Sarah Still. £730. Thanks very much. See you next week.
Great, it's not bad. Great to meet you. It's always good to hear what you do. I've got a referral for Vincent for the site.
Yeah.
The site that's not the shop.
Much ready. Thank you.
Referral for Scott for adding live excellence to the website. Now I've got live excellence. Yeah. And you're going to have to give me 10 minutes to do the actual review. So I've got a thank you for the money to John for the referral from the Langley Group, and another one from the Langley Group. I'm not going to give them all. John again. Thank you for the money. Yeah, just pocket money. Different companies, mate. One-to-one with Andy, wherever he's hiding behind John. Thank you for the money for the water carrier to Andy. Thank you for the money to Mike for the outdoor clothing. Thank you for the money to Scott for all of his gear. And thank you for the money for Leanne. I'll see you next week. Gear? Yeah? You've got some.
Comes some gear.
Now this member, I'll put the piece of paper in for John. Thank you for fixing my front door.
That's before it was like that.
Yeah, but he's in the system now.
Yeah, hold on.
Paul, Booth.
You could have put Paul Beer here.
I understand. Stuart Smallcombe, 400 telephone numbers, please, for Giroud. And every town in the UK needs its own phone number, so stupid. There you go, that's easy. Wait, those bits, please.
Yeah, great 2 minutes, John. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you. Good meeting today. Good attendance. Let's keep it up.
Yeah, brilliant, Kevin. It's you always are so informative but enjoyable at the same time. So I'm obviously you see where I live here. You sort of see where I'm trying to get that gate. I want to get.
I can understand why.
Yeah. So, but it's getting everybody to agree, but it will happen for the firm to get that gate in there. But no, so we'll keep you posted on that one. Stuart, I've got a build clinic in one of the cafes in Frinton, and their Wi-Fi is not particularly good. So I don't know who to do it with, but I'll have a chat and we'll try and get you in there for the commercial one.
Where?
Frinton.
Long way away.
Not quite the
I need a charging car.
There's only a couple of inches on my map.
Yeah, but yeah, the 100 bedrooms, so I'll have a chat with them and see if we can get you there. Thank you very much. Also, thank you, Paul, for organising Scaresville the other night. It was a really, really good, fun night there, and then a great meal and curry afterwards. And thanks to you as well for that. Well, Paul for getting me there, and you for bringing me all the way back to Frinton and taking me home. So thank you for that. It was. I said, "Are you sure?" It was a bloody long way. And he said it's less than 2 inches. So on the back. But I've got. Thank you for the money there to Catherine. For that's Leanne, and I'm speaking to Sarah on Tuesday as well. And I've got a referral there for Shannon Clara. A friend of mine's been asking about his first time mortgage for the first time. And I said, well, you need to speak to you guys. So I've given all the details. I will chase that up because he's a bit slow. So I'll keep on him, but he's desperate to get on the property now. So brilliant. No, thank you very much. Great meeting. See you next week.
Well done, Ben. Yeah, well done, John. So, that's your industry. It's easy for people to be sold that they don't need, and they don't know that you need it. So you kind of go, well, I'll tell you why it's not working because you don't need it. You know, you're not to do it right the first time. Referral for Tina. Part of the referral.
Okay.
And thank you for trying to Nick. He's not here. Out.
Really good 10 minutes. And to go back to speaking that secret. Stay secret. Thank you for running Terry. And thank you for running for Jane. I'm not sure, Jane, whether it's the right man or not. I can't remember. Oh. It'll do. Thank you. And I'll see you all next week.
10 minutes, really informative, some wiring, some education, something when we get going, look in the mirror and say, hello mate, or whatever you
Yeah.
say. Get yourself going, look good. That is involved in television from for my gas station certificate, speedy service to your level of call. Thank you very much for that. And there's one for Jane as well.
Yeah, great time. It's always interesting stories. Like them for the edge slot. I've got thank you for the business for Toby, and a referral for Chris for. Yeah, I've just had an email to go spot them, so let's run and go and sort that all in. See you next week.
Yeah, fantastic meeting. Welcome, John. Great Ed slot band. Funny enough, you obliquely referred to that frog, which I'm listening to at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the third time, something like that. Great technical, John. I always love yours. Technical thing. Nothing cheap this week, but I'm working on something for Stuart, which we'll be discussing. And very soon I'll have a very juicy thank you for the money from an ex-member, Sarah, who referred me to somebody, who referred me to somebody, who put me in touch with the client. So keep in touch with ex-members. Pretty good, Sarah, isn't it? Keeps on giving. Thank you for people that have bought stuff for the homeless charity. I'll take stuff anytime. Really appreciate that, particularly as that is getting cooler, colder. And if anybody's got anything on at the moment, they don't want yeah, that's it. Oh, maybe something might be interested in a group trip to Goodwood Festival Speed. The tickets are gone on sale.
Yeah.
To where?
Goodwood Festival Speed.
You say speed, you know festival.
No, no, the week after.
Yes. Number 2 or later? Yeah. Okay. John, fantastic. Very informative. Thank you very much. I have some sad news. Well, might be good news for some of you, but sad news for me. I'm leaving the group today. And the reason I'm leaving the group is that I travel a lot around Spain in the summer, an awful lot because we've got family in Spain. And I bought out there. So I've actually bought a house, which is a big project. It's probably going to take a year and a half to do. It's not falling down through the ball. I need to be out there while it's being done. So sort of project managing it. So I can't be here and there. So though we're not leaving until January, I'm staying with some for Christmas and then get that done. And go out there from January. I can't commute here. It's a 12-hour drive, weirdly enough, so that's far from here to Burnley. But I'll have to leave on Tuesday to get here Thursday. Flight-wise, 2 hours, not far away at all. My family is still here, most of them, so I can be back should anything happen. And the plan is to sort of, if I stayed here, I've got 2 options. I can stay here, I'm not getting any younger, or I can move forward. I've decided to move forward, but I'm doing exactly the same thing out there as I do here. So, fully bonded, atoll, not with Spanish, so I can't do that because all the bonding is here, all the certificates are here, but I can do it in the UK. It's free, so it'll just be exactly the same thing. I've loved being here. It's been a year, pretty much, I think, something like that. Doesn't feel like it, it has been. It's gone really quickly. Loved hearing people talk. Got to know somebody really well. You know, and who knows? It's a gamble. I've always got a plan B. If things don't work out, we get the house done, we sell it, we come back. I can't see that being an option at the moment because I remember what the summer was like. I don't remember what summers out there are. There's 28 degrees up until about the end of November. But the good thing is about where we're going, it's not southern Spain, so it's not hot all the time. you have proper seasons. So, you know, December, January, Feb, a bit rainy, but the sun comes out, and then onwards it starts. But I want to thank you all. It's sad. I do feel genuinely sad. It's a big gamble for us, but if I don't make the plunge now, I never will. I'll just keep plodding on like this. Plodding on. I feel like I'll be not really achieving anything if I carry on doing this for the next 10 years. How I'm living, same house, same town. So I decided to make that move. But thank you very much. Anything's booked, it's fine, it's all fine.
Well, they're all the best. Good luck. I don't let anyone complain. Moving to Stuff down. Yeah, completely understand. Ben, yeah, great at start, mate. And yeah, really good idea showing some of the podcasts around because I completely agree. I've got one on and go actually. I'm really in the mood for I quite inspiring sort of things. So it would be quite useful. Very good. So John's really enjoyed the 10 minutes. So they're also interested in it.
Can you still give him time?
Yeah. And I like Jack got in a break as well. Matt, I can't follow up on your praise, but thank you so much for all the lovely jobs you give us. It's really nice working with your team. Fantastic as well. It's always an absolute pleasure coming down to the office. So. Appreciate it. And Scott for coming down to do some modelling for us as well on Monday.
Where's the info?
I'm in charge of the OnlyFans. Not really a testimonial, but I've got some t-shirts and belts off of Blank. Just does all their stuff is really sort of high quality and not too expensive. Like the t-shirts in the £7 or something like that. Yeah. I've had some good t-shirts from Sainsbury's and they're fully white in 2 wears. I've got those ones that I wear for all my outdoor stuff, working on the car and the bike, and they last forever. It's really decent. So, well, when you black clothing. Only other quick question for Scott. You were saying about increasing website hits, things like that. Got me thinking. If you're posting something on Instagram stories or Facebook stories and things like that, if you put a live link to your website on there, does that help your listings? Things like that? Or I tend to just embed it in the video.
Social signals kind of generally active social signals pointing in. That's one of the many ranking factors. But just doing it once or twice, not really, but if you've got an ongoing campaign of that thing.
Great speeding, excellent in 10 minutes. That was very interesting. Sorry. Chris, good luck to you. I think it's amazing that you're doing that, and why not? We only live once, so good luck to that. It was nice meeting you, and it was a great meeting. Thanks for having me.
I've got a ranking for testing. Put a figure on there. I'll check how much it is. I can't remember. Be sad to see you go, Chris, but I do want to know how you got a European passport.
Because Spanish, still got family out there, so I'm just getting part of that. So, but without that, it would be difficult. Now, you Brexit, it's either a golden visa, or you have to literally have a certain amount of equity to put that digital nomads is the other option, but the easiest route was passport. That, so,
Well done. So we're looking today, John. All set.
Winning link, we got to go. Do you want to red or white? I bet it'd be lovely. Yeah, well, I forgot about the eyeball. Guess what? Yeah. Yes.
Just that's on box line.
You just have to bring it back every time.
Is that homemade? Is that homemade?
Yeah.
No one takes sides.
Before we go, thank you very much, John, for your 10 minutes of running the prize. Yeah, we've had a great meeting today. Good turnout. Congratulations, Tina, on making it from Western. Andy, if I had a lot of work in the north west, I live in the Lake District, but Essex was nice enough. And yes, like I say, great turnout, good ad slot. Next week, we're hoping for as good a, if not better turnout. But today, there's a few missing, but we were still 22 in all. So thank you for turning out. Thank you for making it a great meeting. Has anybody got any?
I'm just going to say that there's a website called Knowledge is King as well, where you can sign up to, if those that like reading or listening to motivational help books. Knowledge is King, £10 a month, book them up, you get sent a book or CV each month as well. I'll pop that on the WhatsApp book as well, but that's another website that's really good.
Anybody else? Go. I will send you on your way. See you all next week.